After getting off to an impressive 5-1 start, it's safe to say that the Knicks have been a disappointment. They've won just 2 of their last 7 games and now sit at just the 7th seed in the Eastern Conference. If the season were to end today, the Knicks would not even be guaranteed a playoff spot because they would have to battle for playoff position in the play-in tournament. The Knicks have a lot of problems right now. They can't guard a parked car, Julius Randle has been inefficient, Evan Fournier is in a really bad slump, and RJ looks lost on both ends of the court. The Knicks starting lineup owns the worst defensive rating in league history. I wish I was just kidding, but unfortunately, that's how bad the Knicks have defended so far this season. But perhaps the biggest problem for the Knicks has been the play of Kemba Walker. Kemba was supposed to be a huge upgrade for the Knicks at point guard, but so far, he's hurt the Knicks more than he's helped them. For starters, he's a complete liability on a defensive end. He already lacks size, but the fact that he lost athleticism makes it so he can't stay in front of anyone. It seems like every opposing point guard has their way when matched up against Kemba. Kemba has been giving me Jose Calderon vibes on defense, to be completely honest. He does do other things on defense, like he is good at taking charges, and he does get steals, but his horrible on-ball defense is really hurting the Knicks. To be fair to Kemba though, he was never known for his defense even in his prime. What's really been disappointing is his lack of offense. Sure, he's shooting the 3-ball well, but what the Knicks really need is a point guard that can attack the basket and get his teammates involved, and he's struggled mightily in that department. Kemba so far is only averaging an underwhelming 12 points and 3 assists per game. And to show how mightily Kemba is struggling as a driver, he's only averaging just 2 attempts a game within 5 feet of the basket, and he's shooting just 35% in that range, a horrible number. Kemba is struggling mightily to get into the paint, and when he does get in there, he's struggling to score at the basket. The speed that once made Kemba an all-star appears to be completely gone. This really shouldn't be a surprise for the Knicks, as Kemba is 31 and had to get a stem cell injection in his knee last year. At his age, it looks like Kemba is only going to get worse from here. There's a reason the Celtics gave up draft picks to get off Kemba's contract, and there's a reason OKC bought him out the second they acquired him. They knew he wasn't great anymore, so while a lot of Knicks fans were excited for the signing of Kemba, it should have been known from day one that they weren't getting 2017 Charlotte Kemba. Now, this doesn't mean that Kemba is completely washed. He's knocking down 43% of his threes, and he's dangerous as a pull-up shooter off the bounce. And to be fair, he's coming off a game where he scored 26 against his former team. But the problem is that he's inconsistent offensively, and since his game is now completely reliant on pull-up shooting, and since he's not defending or playmaking, he's a minus on both ends of the court when his jump shot isn't falling. Fortunately for the Knicks, Derrick Rose has come off the bench and really provided a spark for them. He's averaging 13 points per game on 47% shooting from the field and 48% from 3. But beyond the impressive raw numbers, it's been pretty clear so far that D Rose is the better option for the Knicks at point guard. Rose is much more consistent offensively. Unlike Kemba, Rose can get into the teeth of the defense at will and create open looks for his teammates and finish at the rim. Also, while Rose is no defensive stopper, he's a decent defender and he's not going to get completely abused on defense out there, while Kemba literally can't guard anyone. Rose has probably been the Knicks' best player so far this season outside of Randle, and this is reflected in the fact that Rose has the highest net rating on the team. Ironically, Kemba, who starts ahead of him, has the worst net rating on the team. You see where I'm going with this. It might make sense for the Knicks to start Derrick Rose and have Kemba come off the bench. Rose would not only improve the defense of the starting unit, but he would also give the Knicks a consistent shot creator and playmaker. Part of the problem with the starting lineup is how stagnant it is on offense. Having a point guard that can get into the paint, draw 2 defenders, and kick it out to the open shooter would make life a lot easier for everyone. Kemba probably won't be happy about this demotion, but perhaps playing against second unit point guards would help him increase his confidence. And at this stage of his career, I don't think Kemba is a starting level point guard. I think he's a backup. I'm pretty sure any other team in the NBA would prefer to have Kemba as a backup point guard. While I do think that Rose should probably start, this isn't something that I would expect to happen. Thibodeau tends to be pretty stubborn when it comes to his lineups. I think he likes having Derrick Rose as a sixth man, and I think he'll continue to give Kemba a long leash. But anyway guys, that's going to be it for me. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. Should the Knicks start Rose for Kemba or just leave the lineups as is? Tell me in the comments. Make sure to like the video and subscribe if you enjoyed the content. Thanks for watching and have a great rest of your day.